Hey everyone, this is Leland the Realtor, keeping real estate simple, and in this video we are going to walk you through how to sell your home for the most amount of money. First thing a buyer is going to see is the curb appeal of your home. This is the overall look and feel of your front yard and the exterior of your home. This is a critical first impression that you must make on the buyer, and it's the only opportunity you're going to have to take advantage of what's called anchoring bias. Anchoring is when we get a first impression of something, like a home, we tend to keep that first impression in our mind. So if you have great curb appeal, the buyer will have a great first impression of your home. Now the other side is also true. If they have a bad first impression, then they will anchor to that bad first impression. So the first impression is a big key to selling your home for the most amount of money. So how do you make a great first impression with your curb appeal? You should probably start with pulling any weeds, unwanted plants, or dead plants, and spend some time cleaning up your yard. Be sure any rocks or landscaping has clear lines to give your yard a clean look. Now, it definitely helps to add some potted plants or maybe some new mulch or some fresh rock to get that nice fresh look. And it also separates your home from other competing homes in the market. So getting a fresh, clean look is the best thing you can do. All right, so now that your front yard is all taken care of, it's time to focus on the front of your home. Most homes can definitely benefit from, at the very minimum, a power wash. Now, it's a very inexpensive way to show the best side of your home, but it's not going to work for every single home. Some homes need new stucco or need some new paint, but generally speaking, a power wash will be very useful. All right, the last item is a good front door with locks that you don't have to, fiddle with for 5 minutes in order to open it. So just to get overly specific, buyers are watching their realtors wrestling with cheap or extremely open locks. It does not make a good impression on the home. So make sure that it's a newer lock, or at least a smoother lock that works very easily. And just to support the idea of how important curb appeal and smoothness is, take a look at nearly every single flipped home. They all have a great front yard and solid curb appeal. Flippers do this because they know the power of anchoring bias, and they depend on it for a good first impression. So now that you've made a great first impression, it's time to continue that great first impression. And before we get in depth on how to continue a great first impression, we need to talk about confirmation bias. Confirmation bias states that we will find things that confirm our first impression. So if our first impression is good, the buyer will find good things in our home. And same thing goes for a bad first impression. For a bad first impression, the buyer will continue to find things that confirms their bad first impression. Okay, now that we have addressed curb appeal, we are going to address the inside of the home. When a buyer walks in, the first place their eyes go is directly in and up. What are they looking at? They are looking at the overall feel of the entrance. To make a buyer feel warm and invited, it's important to have bright, neutral colors on a clean, freshly painted wall. That warm and inviting feeling of freshly painted walls on top of a great first impression can make someone immediately fall in love with your home. If you open up all your curtains and leave on all the lights, it really increases the brightness and can make a significant difference in how they see your home. Now, the opposite is also true. Dark colors with little or no light and dirty walls probably isn't going to make a very good impression. But if you are lucky and they love the curb appeal, they might give you a second chance. New fresh paint and letting light into the home is a very inexpensive way to add value to your home. But if your colors are already inviting and your home is already bright, then just cleaning your walls can be enough. Now, right when the buyers are done looking at your nice, clean walls, they are going to go ahead and start looking at your floors. It is completely worth it to get your floors professionally cleaned to give them that nice, fresher look. If your floors are really old or beat up, fresh carpet or new laminate can make a big impact on the value of your home. All right. So your first impressions are now over. They have a good idea of the feel of the home and they are ready to, walk in and experience the rest of it. That being said, it is very likely that the next place that they're going to look is at the kitchen. And as we all know, kitchens often are the thing that sell the home. The first thing the buyer will notice are the countertops and the appliances. Now, a quick pro tip is you can go ahead and go to either Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, or Let Go and actually buy stainless steel appliances for pennies on the dollar, and it will add significant value to your home. I actually just recently got a gas stainless steel stovetop for only 120 bucks when at any store it would have cost me $500 or $600. So very easy to do, and it's a great way to add value. All right, so now that I gave you that great pro tip, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe for future content, and here we keep going. Now with countertops, there is definitely a lot more gray area, but one thing is absolutely essential. Clean your countertops off as much as possible. Cluttered and dirty countertops can ruin the hard work you put into your first impression, so keep the items to a minimum and just put things like, a vase of flowers or a teapot. Now, if you need a new countertop because your current one is very much out of date or it's in really bad condition, you can spend $500 on new, cheaper countertops or $1,000 on the low end for granite countertops. Of course, you can always spend an unlimited amount of money on countertops, but those are some starting prices. Before you go spend this money, it is definitely worth consulting a broker before you start any major project. Now let's address the cabinets. At the very least, they need to be super clean. If you have any kind of scuffed areas on stained wood cabinets, you can usually buy, a $5 can of same or similar colored stain and just kind of stain those little scuffed areas, and no one will ever notice. Painted cabinets are a little bit more difficult to deal with. Now, if you already have the paint color available, you can go ahead and go to town and fix them right away. Otherwise, you'll either need to order, new doors or just clean the current cabinets really well. But of course, the very last thing is closing the actual sale. Most people are looking for bigger bedrooms, and the best way to make your bedroom feel as large as possible is keeping everything bright with open curtains and brighter colors. Then with your bathrooms, it is very important for them to be clean. Clear off any toiletries or products that are on the counters, and go ahead and fold your towels and then put some small plants in there. Now, if your bathrooms haven't been updated in 20 years, it's probably time to grab a new vanity from Lowe's or Home Depot for about 100 bucks. Or if you want the really nice ones, they're like 250 bucks. And another quick pro tip, I actually see nicer lowers and Home Depot vanities in a lot of low to moderate and luxury homes all the time. Be sure to hit the like button for that one. Now, sometimes you'll need a new toilet as well, and that is $100 or more depending on the price point of your home. But hey, a new toilet is probably a nice feature. Now, just like with bedrooms, buyers are looking for bigger bathrooms, so keep yours as bright as possible if you don't have a big bathroom, or even if you do have a big bathroom. Now, my last pro tip, it's almost always worth having an interior designer or stager come to help you stage the items that you already have in your home. The value is so substantial on any of my listings, I always hire an interior designer to come stage the home with the existing items to maximize the value of the actual home. Now, full home staging adds tremendous value to give home buyers vision of what they can do with the home, but only in homes that have already completed the basics of what we covered in this video, which is the curb appeal, the open welcoming entry, the decent kitchen, and of course the decent bathrooms and some nice, light, bright, welcoming areas in the home. So if you don't do those items first, don't worry about staging. If you've done those items, staging is tremendously valuable. So now you know selling your home for the most amount of money is just a simple walkthrough of your home where you can take advantage of things like anchoring bias, where they anchor to that good first impression and we tend to see what we expect to see. And then you can take advantage of confirmation bias, where they will confirm that first initial good impression or that anchor from before. So if you found value in this video, please hit that like button. It really does help a lot. And if you want more content like this, go ahead and hit subscribe and follow us on all the social media for daily tips. Now, if you are looking for a realtor in your area, and that can be any area, you can contact me directly, and I am more than happy to connect you with someone in your area if you are not in Albuquerque or Rio Rancho. My contact information is in the description below, or visit abqhomeanswers.com. This has been Leland the Realtor, keeping real estate simple. Have a wonderful day. Hey guys, don't forget to check us out on social media and take a look at all of our other awesome videos and recommend us to your family and friends. Have an awesome day.